Hey, Mr. Mosley.
Hi, how's it going? Good to see you. Sort of.
Always. Um,
Always. Be seen, not viewed.
eh,
That's what a good friend used to tell me.
yeah.
Anyway.
Well,
Hello.
so I thought maybe we would start out today and let's share something good in your life. What's going good? I mean, we're in the quarantine and every day is the same day, but maybe you've had something special.
Pretty much. That has something special today.
Yeah.
Well, something special in my life today was, you know what I had today for breakfast? Those are some of the highlights of my day. I had, have you ever had the pancakes from Whataburger?
I don't think I have.
Okay, so I used to work at Whataburger, by the way.
You look like
Uh,
you worked at Whataburger.
this,
I don't even know.
this podcast is sponsored by Whataburger. No, I was kidding. And I mean, I know how the pancakes were made, right? And so they're homemade. Like we make the stuff and all that, whatever.
So
Like
wait
they
a
don't
minute.
come.
Does that mean that you take the batter that's in a bag and you mix it with like some sort of liquid?
Like you do like that, and then you
That's not
pour it.
homemade.
Like
Like, do you have
it's,
like flour
it's
and baking
pretty much
powder
homemade.
and
I don't remember all that, but I
no
remember it's not like
frozen?
frozen.
Okay,
Okay,
gotcha.
so to me that's homemade because that's how I make it at my home whenever I make breakfast once every 4 months. Okay. So anyway, they were really good, and so I had that, and I thought since it was a special day, Friday, I would spice it up a bit and put bananas on it, and so I had banana pancakes this morning. Organic pancakes. I was trying to keep it healthy,
Look at you.
and I had to put some Aunt Jemima on it.
All right, all right.
No, but it was really good. Like surprisingly, super good. So that started my day off, and I started this morning off on a walk. So this was after my walk, so I was pretty good and hungry.
Yeah, that's
I did
good.
a 4 mile walk.
Well, speaking of banana pancakes, let me tell you something. One time I did this, and this was really good, and so you might want to try this next time. And don't turn your nose up because I know how you are.
Right.
You get your pancakes, and then you put peanut butter on top of them.
Thank you.
And
No, 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 you don't.
just listen.
You need to go no
Look,
further.
look, because some other people might like this.
No.
Look, you get trust me, you get your pancakes, you put peanut butter on top, and then you slice up your banana and put it on top, and then you sprinkle some cinnamon, and then you just cover it in syrup, and then put powdered sugar on top. Now that's a pancake.
You lost me at peanut butter. I think everything else would probably work.
Well, it's surprisingly good. It doesn't. I don't know how to describe it. It's not like a peanut butter sandwich. It's like a peanut butter pancake, and it's better.
Yeah, they don't go together. Well, so I started my morning off with that. I try as much as possible try to get up and go work out. That kind of helps me, because I feel like my day it works better and runs better if I get out the house
Mm-hmm.
in the morning. So that's a pretty day.
That's good.
So that's all I got to report on this, and it doesn't work.
Yeah,
You know.
that's good. So, any big plans
What
for the
about you?
weekend? Oh well, you know, I work. I've been working a lot of hours lately because I've got a lot going on, a lot of projects I'm doing for school, and so I'm in meetings all day, and then I'm up doing all my work all night. So nothing's really changed on that end. Although
Exactly, except you're at your house doing it.
I did get out yesterday. I actually got into my car, and I had to
Did
go
it start?
to. It did start, but what's funny is I've only left my house in my vehicle. Well, that's the only way you can leave your house.
Well, you can walk.
Well, that's true. But I've only gotten in my vehicle over since the quarantine started. This was my third time to get in my vehicle. And so what's crazy is I haven't filled my tank up with gas in almost a month and a half, I guess.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So yeah, it's kind of interesting
Gas
because
is super low right now. Like I got gas yesterday for 155.
that's good. And then if you have like Kroger fuel points, that would be huge.
Yeah. So
But
it's nothing. Fill up a little gas
yeah,
and
that's
go
good.
watch it a little way.
But I did get out. I went to FedEx. I had to pick up a package that came in. So that was exciting. And then I went to the grocery store. And let me tell you,
Did you have a math?
I did. I did have a mask, and everyone, well, not everyone had a mask, but most people had masks. And
Just hard to breathe in.
yeah, it is. It is a little uncomfortable. And but it's just the grocery store is a weird place now because it's like
Pretty
you
quiet there,
it's
isn't it?
quiet. No one talks in the
No one's
grocery store.
talking. and then you look at everyone like you're like it's a face off. Like, don't come near me.
Right.
I'm not gonna come near you.
It's like, yeah, you look at me, it's like, do you have it?
Yeah.
You might have it.
Exactly. Like everyone treats each other like you're gonna rob them.
It's true.
You
it's
know?
true.
It's so weird, and I don't know. Okay, because like at the park, like when I walk and stuff, everyone is still pretty friendly. Like everyone's still smiling and waving, but the store is a different venue, if you will. Like it's quiet, and I don't know, just it's a dark cloud over the store.
It's because nobody wants to go there, but they know they have to, and somehow we feel like that's the one place we have to go, so that's probably where the virus is living. Right, I agree. Because I used to kind of enjoy going to the grocery store. Like, I don't know, it was just
I've
like
never
this.
enjoyed it, so that hasn't changed.
I know, but it was like this weird escape for me. I mean, I have 3 kids, and they're all under the age of 6. So it's like sometimes it's like, sure, I'll go to the grocery store, but now it's kind of like, but now it's like, dun 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 dun, like that. You know?
It's weird.
Yeah.
And I try to get as little as possible. I'll go to the store like 4 or 5 times a week because I want to get just 2 things. I'll get one thing here, one thing there, and then I can walk to the store. That's how close it is to my house. I walk sometimes, and I'll just get like 1 or 2 things and then come back.
See, and I took
empty.
Well, I took the exact opposite approach. I was like, because I don't live near a store that I will go to, so I usually drive about 20 minutes to get to the grocery store because I only go to certain stores because But anyways, and so I tried to go I'm like, this is the only time I'm gonna go this month. So I mean, like, I had like a whole cart full, spent way too much money. Yeah. So we do some grocery delivery to our house occasionally, but
I haven't done that yet. I shop at I split my groceries up between different stores, so I feel like I don't know.
Yeah, but it's just definitely a different place now. The grocery store is a weird place. Yeah. And I mean, the people who are working there, the managers, and I've noticed this, like at least the grocery store I'm going to, like the managers, there's like a lot of them, and they're all standing around, like, and they're trying to keep up the morale. They're like, oh, hi, they're like, like through their mask. And, but yeah, but it was good. I got out yesterday and I actually
the shelves are starting to get like things back on the menu.
They are. For a while, the first time I went a couple of weeks ago, or I guess, 3-4 weeks ago, there were literally aisles with nothing, and I was like, "Oh no,"
Yeah.
And now it's kind of getting back to normal a little bit. I had most everything I wanted yesterday. So
that's good.
That's good. That's good. Well, okay. So here's the question. I think is, how do we as educators then? How do we kind of unplug and what do we do? Because this can consume you, like, regular teaching can consume you, but how much more so, like, whenever everything's, you're having to reinvent the wheel as you go. I like the expression, we're building the plane as we're flying it. So, yeah. So what are your thoughts? What is your wisdom on that?
So you're asking how do you unplug?
Yeah, like what? In other words, what's the importance of recharging? Okay, I'll preface it with this quote. I heard this guy, his name's Cozy Mackay. He's really
I know him.
Yeah,
I'm kidding out.
Oh well. He's really great, and he works a lot with like educational leadership and things like that. And he said if you think about it, your cell phone every day, at some point during the day, you have to plug it in or it won't work anymore. And so it's the same thing with us. Like, if you don't recharge yourself every day to some extent, and then maybe even, for us, maybe even more, like on a weekend or something, you'll drain and you won't be effective. So what are your thoughts and how do you recharge?
And I would say I'm pretty good at this.
Right.
Well, I'm pretty good at most things that I do. I feel like as teachers, like, you have to be on so much, like you have to be the example, discipline, be the moral compass, give information, just, like all that, be the counselor, be the fatherly, motherly figure and stuff like that. So like you're constantly having to like give. So you think like cups, right? So like, here's your cup, right? And you have so much in it. And then you have your students and then like you're constantly doing this,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you get to a point where it's like you're running low, or you don't have anything left, and so you go to do this, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything. So what I figured out is you have to like pour into yourself, and like you said, like plug up your phone and recharge and disconnect, so you can have energy and have the emotional point, like be able to give back to your students. So what I normally do is on the weekends or whenever I have time, I'll just like disconnect. Like I'll just try not to make phone calls, not talk to people, not talk to people. And I'm an extrovert, so I love people, and I can entertain a room of thousands on the fly, and I can talk for a long time. But like,
well, anytime you want to be entertaining on here, let us know.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll be charging for that. No, like, and so I feel like since I have to be on all the time, it feels really good to have to disconnect. Like on an off day for me, when the gym's open, I would like go to the gym, work out, go to church or go to on a bike ride or something like that. It's usually like just me. So I don't have to even talk to, anybody. So I even like don't hang out with my friends a lot sometimes on the weekend if I'm having like a me day. I like to get pampered. So like getting a massage or something like that is a really good way to kind of, pour back into yourself.
So, but right now you can't do that. So.
Yeah. So I just cry all day. I cry. No. So what I'm doing right now is I still find time to like work out. I usually do that every day. Like I'll go outside and walk, or go outside and like ride my bike, or I'll go outside and do some type of workout. And I still try to have my creative. Since we're musicians, I think we get some of our go with being creative. So try to do something creative.
Mm-hmm.
What that is, sometimes I don't really know, but or like read a book or watch something on Netflix.
What do you watch?
Stream different documentaries. it just varies. Stuff like that, It's usually non-extra social. I try to do any work on the weekends if I can help it. It can wait till Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually try to cut off on Friday, and then I'll restart on Monday. If I'm on a break, I don't think about work. I don't do work. And in my position, like I'm the leader of my staff, I guess. And I'm like, if I'm not thinking about it, worry about it. But you don't worry about it. Go recharge yourself.
Right.
So you can be ready to go on Monday. And I have a new teacher on my staff too, and so that's why I tell him not to stress about stuff like that. And so that's it. What have you been doing to? Well, I also don't have any children either, so that helps out. But what about you? I know there are a lot of my friends who have children. Mm-hmm. They're not doing well now. They're waiting for school to reopen. I guess they have a high appreciation for teachers than they ever had before. They were suspending their kids from homeschool.
Right.
So
Many of them got kicked out.
Yeah. So as a parent who's a teacher, who's what has it been like for you? Like, how do you get a chance for you to disconnect, or do you disconnect? You're looking rough these days.
Well, I feel a little rough.
I'm really worried about it, but go ahead.
I know. Well, it's kind of an interesting thing because, like, okay, so my wife is a stay-at-home mom, okay, and we homeschool our kids. And my kids are really young. I have a 5-year-old, I have a 3-year-old, and a 5-month-old, okay? So getting the 5-month-old to read has been a real challenge, but I think she's getting it. She just can't read out loud, but I think she's reading in her head, so it's working well. But, that being said, my wife has always kind of taken the lead on that because we made that decision.
Because she can read.
Right, because she can read. And so, it just works out. When you marry somebody who reads, it kind of takes care of a lot of problems. So
she's always been a good reader. That's what I like about her.
Right. So, but, I tend to kind of go do my day job, and then what used to be is like whenever I got home, I didn't do any work. Unless I just had to. So, I would come home, and then so my escape for the day is usually to see my kids again and to, do whatever we do, whether that's cook dinner together or whatever. I do love to cook. It's one of my favorite things to do. And so that is kind of one of my escapes, is because I like to be creative. And so I'm very much like one of those like chopped kind of people. Like whenever you open the pantry and you say, well, we only have 5 items, so how can I make this? So that's what I enjoy doing, and I think that's my creativity side. Like, I like to come up with things that are just like, I would have never thought that, and it works, or sometimes it doesn't work and everybody complains. But so that's kind of what I would do on a daily basis. But like you said, now, I have a home office or whatever here, and so I do kind of lock myself away to get work done during the day. But it's been really nice because, like I go for lunch and my kids are there. And so we're hanging out at lunch and doing whatever. And like, the other day they wanted to set up the slip and slide outside. And so I took a little break and, helped them get that taken care of and whatever. So, there are definitely some perks. But then what happens on the flip side is then everybody goes to bed at night and I'm up finishing the work that I didn't do. So it's kind of like, I don't know.
You've always been a night owl.
Yeah.
And so, when we were working together and doing things in our creativity,
mm-hmm.
when my creativity would be going down, yours would be ramping up. And then I'm like, okay, are we done here? And you're like, I have a great idea for a song. Wait, what do you mean?
Right.
So like,
that's true. And so I have been. And what's really weird is like my kids and my wife are all night owls too. And so, put us on the bad parenting list. My kids usually don't go to bed till like 11 o'clock at night, but then they sleep, late. But
before they wake up.
They can get up at like 10, and then
they sleep that long?
Huh?
They sleep that long?
Yeah, our whole family, we're good sleepers. We can sleep, But anyway, so I don't know. We kind of have a little bit of a backward schedule, but it works for us, and we're getting it done. Mm-hmm. But that being said, I have found that since I've been home and you can't really go anywhere, I've been doing some things that I've always wanted to do that I'm not getting to do. So the other day I planted a garden, so that was like really fun. And that's like the thing.
What have you planted?
Well, okay, so I live next door to my parents, and so my dad he really is getting into this, and so he's planted some things, but I mostly wanted it for the herbs because when you go to the store and buy fresh herbs, they're dead within a week. And so then it's like, well, we had herbs this week and now we don't have any herbs. And if I'm only going to go to the store once a month, it kind of causes those issues. So I was like, it'd be fun to just have our own. And so, I mostly planted herbs. We planted some basil, some parsley, cilantro, and then we planted some lettuce and spinach and broccoli and, all that good stuff. So, so we're going to see what happens with that, but it has started to sprout. We're really excited. It was our science lesson, and so we had fun with that. So getting to do some of those different things, and I do agree that I feel like everybody's kind of planting a quarantine garden right now. So I don't know if you are, but
like figuratively.
No, it's like a thing. Like people are like, they're like, oh, we're in quarantine. What if there's no food? Let's plant a garden. And so there's a lot of, they call them, what did they call them the other day? I heard it. It's called so it starts with a P. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, well, anyways, it happened like back during the Great Depression, and they called it, I can't remember. It'll probably pop in my head. I'm sure
whenever you were in high school.
Right, exactly. So I'm sure somebody's listening, and they're like, it's called a this, and I just can't remember what it is right now. A victory garden. It's called a victory garden. That's what it's called.
During the Depression, they had a victory garden?
I think so. Don't fact check me, but there was something like that.
If you're listening to this now, go ahead and fact check them.
Right.
And email us. Right. At info@teachbigger.com.
That is our email address. But so anyways, so I think a lot of people, and I know a lot of people are doing it because I read this report the other day, or I heard this report on a news station that actually seed suppliers are starting to run out of seeds, and they're starting to ration like how they distribute seeds, and it's becoming where like you can't just necessarily go and just buy seeds at like Home Depot or, you know, the hardware store or, you know, grocery store or whatever, because they're starting to run out, like supply and demand kind of thing. So I was kind of happy that we bought a bunch early on. So anyways, it's kind of interesting, but yeah, so we've been doing some fun stuff like that.
Like during this time, I just would check on people, you know, and call my friends and just say like, hey, how you doing? You know.
Well, you were probably able to get all that done in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, I can. And so when I called all two of my friends, they said no. So most of my friends are there. I guess they're kind of like me, professionals, and like not really party goers. You know, like I told someone the other day, I said most people that are like me are doing okay right now,
right?
Because we're so busy. Like this is a unexpected but like appreciated time to be able to just reset and recharge. But I said the people that are like the ones that are the most antsy, I think, are the partiers, you know, like the out every Friday, Saturday night, and the people who the brunchers and, you know, all that can't go to restaurants and go plan this and that. They're the ones who are, you know, chomping at the bit right now.
The social bunnies.
Social bunnies, that's it. So, but for the most part, you know, I really haven't found myself saying, you know what, I'm bored.
Yeah, no.
I've not found that, but like so many people I hear saying, I'm bored. I'm like, really?
My 5-year-old says that every day.
Oh, really?
But then the funny thing is, she's always here. This isn't different for her. Like, she's been quarantined since she's been born. Like, she homeschools. So she's like, I'm bored. I'm like, well, this is the same thing you did last week.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
So I really haven't had to find like things to keep me busy because I still feel like I'm busy with work still. I just don't get to see my kids as much, but there's still a lot of admin stuff. And that's way more admin stuff than other people do. So still planning and all of that right now. So I'm not bored.
Yeah. But, you know, I think one thing that we should consider is there probably are a lot of viewers / listeners who are bored right now. So let's run through and let's give a list of some things to consider trying.
Okay. Right. Okay. So let's see. I'm sure Google has something. So like the top things.
Well, before you even say that, I want to say this because I'm going to say the things I've been wanting to try that I haven't tried yet. Like I want to do, but
bathing.
If you have the ability to do this, but I would encourage you to do this. Like even if you have to order it like on Amazon and wait a few days or Walmart or whatever, if you can get it, like you should paint. You should just get like some oil paint, some acrylic paint. Whatever.
Before you start to push it on people.
No, I want to. This is what you should do.
I feel like I'm an artsy type of person. Not as far as like visual arts, but like, you know, I appreciate the arts, like dance, you know.
Right.
And the painting and like arts, that is just not my cup of tea. Like even I remember in elementary, okay, in kindergarten, I hated to color.
Now, Mr. Mosley, I just remember you sharing a beautiful piece of artwork with me. Maybe you'd like to share with the viewers because
no, I didn't do this.
Well, but you appreciate it.
No, I should have this earlier. But like I did not do this. But
you like it.
I probably had this since I was in kindergarten. I kid you not.
Well, well, look, you could do that if you put your mind to it.
I wanted to bring it because it reminds me of you a bit. Because look at his eyes and his head. And you gotta have that smile. And this is kind of like the baton that you used to have a long time ago.
Right. Yeah.
And this is about... Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Is that Michelangelo? Which Ninja Turtle is that?
Raphael.
Raphael? Okay.
Raphael. Yeah. Anyway. So I'm not an artist. But anyway, go ahead and push your art. Go ahead.
No, that's it. I got inspired. There's a YouTube channel called Wow Art. And it's like addictive. Like I can sit there and watch it and it's not even like a time lapse. You have to watch it in real time, I think. No, maybe it's a time lapse. I can't remember. But it's people doing like art painting, like oil paintings or whatever. And it's just crazy to watch. Like they put like a dab of paint on the thing and it just suddenly becomes this thing. And so I don't know. It's
how art works.
Yeah, that's how art works.
So, Okay, so Pratt, I'm gonna go to like a list of like the top things to do in quarantine,
Okay.
and you can tell me if you've done any of these.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So the number one thing, it says complete a puzzle. The more pieces, the better.
You know, let me say this about completing a puzzle this is me being a bad dad right now. Almost every day my daughter says, "Can we please do a puzzle today? Can we please do a puzzle?" And I want to do the puzzle, but she always waits until it's time to go to bed to ask me to do the puzzle.
That's a diversion.
Right, it's a diversion. Trust me, everything in my house is a diversion to go to bed.
I'm not a puzzle. Mm-mm.
Well, I will say that in the next week or so, I will be doing a puzzle. So I'm
well,
all for
we
it.
would like on our further episode, we would love to see the results of that dedication that you just presented here.
Oh, I think, and it's going to be a butterfly
on the
puzzle.
national stage.
It's going to be a butterfly puzzle. I can tell you right now.
Right, have like 25 pieces. Okay,
Right.
So here's the next one. The next one is start a journal or blog. And then here's what it says after. Sure, it can be about the coronavirus, but it can also be about specific interests, from chess to cheese. So,
Well, I heard somebody mention this. They said like that in other words, like right now when you're living in this time, you kind of don't get the gravity of it, but people are going to look back and start to realize it, and like your kids and your grandkids. And so it is important to like just keep a little log of what happens on each day. And every time I hear somebody say that, I'm like, yes, that's a great idea. And I haven't done it one time yet. So I don't know. Maybe we can challenge each other to do that. I mean, and I guess in a way I'm kind of doing that digitally.
Kind of, yeah.
But
kind of like a vlog, you know.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, vlog day one.
Yeah.
I should get the right stuff. Okay, here's number 3. If it won't bother your neighbors, dust off an old instrument. No practice.
I would love.
I've done that.
Right. I would love right now to find out how many of our listener or viewers like have an old instrument that they haven't played that would be willing to do it. Like, okay, so if you want to dust off your old instrument and play it, if you email me at info@teachbigger.com and share your video, I'll try to put something together and share it with our audience.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
Because I actually started doing that too. You want to hear something funny about the dust part? Like it was like that, and so I played trumpet. My valves were stuck, and I didn't even have valve oil. I had to like order the oil to do that. And
like,
then,
could you just use WD-40?
No. And in my case were like old letters from my high school girlfriends.
Wow. Did you
That's
read
how
them?
old it was.
Did you read them?
No. I threw them back in the little hidden thing.
Well, I would have read it. That's funny.
I know. I didn't read it.
Okay, well then how about this? Since you still have it, on the next episode, let's do this for all the quarantine entertainment. Why don't you pull those letters out, don't read them, and then wait and read them live right here, and let's see what it's like.
We'll see.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I think they're written on stone. Okay, so that's number 3. Oh, this is hilarious. Okay. Text all your exes just in case you have one more thing you wanted to get off your chest.
Well, look, let me give a word of advice. If you are currently married, you probably shouldn't take this one up.
Yes, I agree. But if you're not, it might be fun. Just to, I don't know. So I guess you take Big Bertha out of your phone, Pratt. Okay. Let's see. 5. The next one is write poetry. Perhaps you can craft a haiku for Mother's Day, or something without a specific structure.
Okay, this is it. I'm putting out a challenge right now because I love haiku. So I want everybody to write a haiku, a quarantine haiku, and then email it to us, and we'll have a haiku reading day. I want that so bad. I love haiku, and like the funnier the better. But if you've got to like touch your inner feelings and like really make them heart-wrenchingly, intense and heartfelt, then do it. But haiku, quarantine haiku, send them to info@teachbigger.com. We got to do it.
Okay, well, good. Let me know how that goes. Okay, let's see. The next one is watch all the really long movies you've avoided until now. And I think everyone's watching something.
Yeah. Okay, so what are you watching? Share what you're watching. Are you watching a series on Netflix? Are you binge watching anything?
Not really. I'm not binge watching anything. There's a Netflix special that just came out, which is super hilarious.
What is it?
Called Tiger King.
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
it is the most ridiculous, like outrageous thing. If I said, Pratt, tell me something that's just outrageous to you. Give me give me 5 outrageous things. It's like they took that and then put it into real life on a show.
Well, that's probably what they did.
And it is hilarious, entertaining. It's like weird, and it's just weird. But I mean, it's entertaining. Watch it.
That's good.
I saw like this documentary too called Happy Jail, I think it was called. It was about a jail in the Philippines, and they teach them how to dance. So like the culture of the jail is not like normal prison culture.
So it's kind of like therapy. It's like they're training them to be better people.
Yeah. So there's a level of respect in there, and it's kind of
there's a novel thought, because isn't that what we do with kids? Like whenever kids misbehave, we try to train them and teach them how to do the right thing instead of just punishing them. Yeah. So what if we took that kind of investment? I don't know. That's probably a really...
Well, I just hit all my children. That's why they're good.
Well, there you go. So anyways, that's interesting.
I'm kidding for anyone listening. I want to sometimes. Okay, so that one. So I think that's it. I mean, here's something that I watch, which is really kind of unexpected, but if you think about what I do, it kind of applies. It's a documentary called Cheer.
Yeah, I've heard of that one. I haven't watched it.
And I mean, I'm all about like, team sports and stuff like that, and I'm not like the cheerleading you see at the game and stuff like that. Not that. It's competitive cheerleading, which is like super intense, and like it follows this group from Navarro College in Texas, and they're like one of the top groups in the nation. And it like follows them through their season, and I always like to watch like those type of documentaries and like sports documentaries that talk about culture building and team stuff like that. And I always watch what the coach does and how they do that, and she was like on it. Wow. She had her MBA from I think UT, I think. And she's doing that.
That's cool.
Like she's a cheer coach, yeah. But anyway, that's all I can think of right now. What about you?
Well, mine's very different. I guess we have a very different taste in movies. Although,
we do.
I wouldn't mind watching some of that.
I'm way younger than you, though. Go ahead.
Anyways, well, okay. So I don't know. I have to like little confession. When the quarantine first started and I was just kind of transitioning, I was watching quite a bit of Netflix, and I kind of have not doing as much anymore because I'm busy. But that first week or so, and I definitely found every pandemic movie I could find on Netflix and watched it.
I know, everybody was doing that.
I did. I watched Outbreak. But the one I watched that was the best one, and it was a 1-season series, so it's kind of like a mini series. It had like 13 episodes or whatever. It was called Containment. No. Yeah, Containment. Yeah, it was really good. Like, I really liked it. So anyways, but I did watch some of that, and then I kind of took a break, and half the time when I get on Netflix, I'm like, oh, this is trash. I don't want to watch this. But
yeah, it's weird to me too. Like, whenever I'm looking at these movies, I'm like, where did these movies come from? Like, like it's all like, I guess like independent movie. I don't know. I don't
know. I think there's just a lot of trash out there. But
I think so. It's not a lot of things you heard of either.
Yeah, but I did find this one series that it came out in like 2012, I think. And it stars Jim Caviezel. Are you familiar with Jim Caviezel? Jim Caviezel was he's been in a lot of stuff, but one of his main roles is he played Jesus in The Passion of the Christ by Mel Gibson. But he's a really good actor. At least I think so. I'm sure people would differ. But anyways, he's the star of it, and it's called Person of Interest. And it's very entertaining. It's like 5 seasons. It might even be 6 seasons. So there's a lot to watch there. I'm still in season 1, but it's good. I'd recommend it if you like crime, kind of like suspense kind of stuff. Yeah, so that's good.
And a couple more. So we've done some of these kind of, and we thought about some of these. So this is, it's kind of okay list here. One says meditate. Try lying down with your eyes closed. Oh, I can do that one real easy.
I do that every night.
Palms up while focusing on your breath. Or spend 20 minutes sitting cross-legged and repeat a soothing word to yourself in your head.
Well, Sleep. How about, I'm just going to throw out there, why don't you try praying too? That might be a good idea. So
I see praying on this, yeah. I can lie down with my eyes closed pretty easy.
Right.
No, yeah.
I don't usually concentrate on anything though.
You ever meditate?
Mm-mm. I mean, well, it depends on what you mean by meditate. If you mean sit and think of something, think upon something, then I've meditated.
You know what I said?
But I've never like cleared my conscious and tried to connect with the aura of myself. No.
Okay. Did you hear what I said? I said
No.
you kind of look like a Buddha.
There you
No,
go.
I'm me either. I guess I did a couple breathing exercises. If that's meditating, I don't know.
No, I think that's breathing.
Well, there you go. So
Yeah.
anyway, okay, well, let's do. Okay, the last one. We'll do the last one.
Okay.
This says face mask, moisturizer. Oh my! Treat yourself to a 10-step skincare routine that you don't have time to do during a normal work week.
Well, there you go. I'm not even going to ask what those 10 steps are because I just know of 2 steps: wash and dry.
Wash and dry.
Right. So maybe if I did the other 8 steps, I'd look a little better.
Okay, so I have like some things that I bought. Like you go in the mall and they say, "Hey," they get your attention.
Yeah, I know. They always get my wife's attention, and she comes back with things. I'm like, "Where did you get that?" She's like, "It was a really good deal."
Normally, I act like I'm on the phone. I'm like, "Hello, yeah." So that works. And then if you say, "Oh, I already have it," then they don't try. So people, if you're listening out there, if you're walking in the mall, whenever the malls open up again, and then you have the people at the kiosk in the middle, and you get anxious because you don't know what to say, and you're not a mean person, you could either do the phone thing, or you can say, "I already have it," and they shouldn't bother you after that. Anyway, so I have some of that stuff. So I guess like every blue moon I'll do something like that. Mm-hmm. But it's not like a whole, like, whatever. It's like clean my face, I guess. I guess it's a deep cleaning, I guess.
Well, I mean,
I wash my face every day.
Right.
But it's like using extra things to
right.
Whatever.
Do you ever put like cucumbers on your eyes or anything like that?
No. Nothing like that. No. So I don't have to worry about bags. I just go to sleep. Now, whenever things open up, I do get I go to the place and get facials and stuff, so that helps. But
there you go.
Now, I haven't done any face stuff since the quarantine. Maybe I need to. My skin still looks pretty good. I just get a haircut.
Well, that's one of the advantages.
Go to the barber and they cut off the hair that she had.
Right, I just cut my own hair, so it's great.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. So a couple of those things on that list we've done, and so I guess we're kind of in there somewhere in the number, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I haven't yet though.
You haven't what?
I haven't had the feeling of boredom.
Oh yeah. Well, I think everybody's personality is different. I know you and I, we constantly create work for ourselves. We create things for us to do. So I mean, if you're someone like that, then you're probably not finding that boredom. But I realize there's a lot of people that do. So hopefully, maybe today's list gave you some ideas. But
yeah,
I want to say this.
There's always somebody.
There are 2 things I would love for people to do. Like, I want you to share your quarantine haikus. If you don't know what a haiku is, just get on Google and type in haiku, and it tells you all about it.
And that's okay if you don't know what it is, because I didn't know what it was either.
Yeah, I love haiku.
Know what it is.
Like, haiku is one of my favorite forms of expression. So
I thought it was some type of martial art.
Right. No, that's Hayya. Anyways. So if you want to write a quarantine haiku and send them to info@teachbigger.com, we will check them out and we'll compile a little preview. But then what Mosley suggested is to find your old instrument, dust it off, and make some noises. Okay? So if you want to send a video of yourself, send a video of yourself doing whatever it is that you can come up with on that little instrument, but we would love to hear some attempts.
If you remember the name of it too, that helps.
Right. And no, a megaphone is not an instrument.
Megaphone.
So anyway, so there's the
plug it in. Well, I guess you could plug it in if it's a guitar, I guess.
Yeah. So there's the Teach Bigger challenge for the week.
So you can do it.
Either write a quarantine haiku or find your old instrument and play us a ditty. So info@teachbigger.com. Info.
Yeah.
It's good. All right. Any parting words for the people?
You know, no, I don't really have anything. I just go do it.
Well, that's good. Well,
That's all I got. I need to. It's Friday. I'm out of it. I gave from Monday to Friday. I don't have anything left right now. Find me next week. I'll probably have a lot more to.
yeah.
Do you have any inspirational words for us?
You know,
I'm more the inspirational person.
Right.
You're more the complaining person. What you got?
I'm more the what person?
The complaining person.
Right.
Complainer.
Right. Well, I guess my thought is this: as we go into the weekend, I would encourage folk, take some time to unwind. It's okay, and that's what I'm gonna do this weekend. I'm probably I'm gonna do some work, but I'm going to do fun work that
Did
I
you
think.
do anything I said today?
What did you say?
Right. Exactly. Who are you?
So yeah. So do a family project. Do a puzzle. Do a puzzle because your 5-year-old wants to. So do a puzzle. So, anyways, take care, and we'll see you back on Monday.
All right.